Meanwhile, drastic changes to transportation safety in South Korea. President Park Geun-hye spoke to the nation Monday, apologizing for the government's botched response to the ferry sinking a month ago. More than 300 people died in that disaster. In a teary address, Park promised sweeping reform to prevent future mistakes. CCTV's Shane Hom has more.
The tears represent a mourning nation still recovering from its worst maritime accident in 2 decades. South Korean President Park Geun-hye apologized to the nation on Monday for the government's failed response during the critical initial stages of the Sewol ferry sinking.
The ultimate responsibility in failing to respond properly to this accident lies with me, the President.
The agency directly responsible for the emergency response and rescue in the accident was the Coast Guard. As a result, the president took drastic measures.
After much consideration, I have decided to dismantle the South Korean Coast Guard.
The Korean Coast Guard was first established in 1953 under the Interior Ministry, but now its investigative and intelligence gathering rights will be handed over to the National Police Agency, and a new Ministry of National Safety will oversee border protection and take over safety responsibilities from the Maritime and Home Ministries. Meanwhile, the president also said a culture of putting cost-cutting over safety and conflicts of interest between regulators and business owners contributed to the accident.
This accident showed how the abnormal practice of collusion between the government and civilians and the deep-rooted culture of putting personal and other relations ahead of official duties can lead to disaster.
President Park grew teary-eyed during her speech as she read the names of some of the victims that sacrificed their lives on that fateful day. The consequences of this tragedy are far-reaching, but if anything, the victims leave behind a legacy where future generations hopefully won't have to suffer through an accident that was preventable. Shane Hom for CCTV, Seoul.